Alan.
Bro,
Alan.
this is an epic Instagram clip. I'm sending it to you. I'm sending it to both of you. Are we filming already?
Yeah, we have been for 10 minutes.
I feel like you should do this one.
This week on the Boardcast, Al has offered a special reward for anyone who subscribes. He will take you to the snow and spend a full weekend with you.
No, he fucking won't. Dude, I didn't agree to that shit. You can't. No, that's not happening. Just like and subscribe because
Al really wants to spend a day with someone.
We're so close. We just need more people to subscribe and we'll get free money from YouTube. Is that even true? I don't even know if it's true.
I have no idea how it works.
Anyway, we should probably do this because people are like complaining about how long these are.
Intro starts? Okay.
Not the intros, the fucking length of the podcast. Let's shorten one up. Oh, we've already clapped.
Fuck, you're annoying tonight.
I'm tired, man. I'm fucking hungry and tired.
Okay. Well, then let's go straight into it. I want to talk about all the past events that Borders has run / been involved in, because I really want to start running events again. And I really, fucking hell. This is going to be a long episode, isn't it?
Cool story, bro. No, it's fine. Let's go. Talk about events. Portnoy, he was good at events.
We first started running the Manly Bowl comps, I think roughly 2013. And they kept growing every year. I actually don't know how many we run or how many years it was for, but I think they went till 2017.
There's a trophy downstairs with the number 1 made out of a skateboard that was given to the winners. Well, the winner's name was not subscribed. Fuck, I can't think tonight. I'm so...
It was engraved.
Engraved in. Oh my God. I think I'm dying.
Okay.
The winners' names are engraved in and there's at least 4 names in it. Someone won it twice.
Who's that?
I know the names in it are J. Smythe, B. Portnoy, and L. Wood. As in Lewis Wood, not L. Wood, as in Blues Brothers.
It was just those 3, essentially.
Yeah, someone won it twice. It might have been...
I think it was Jake. Jake's won it a few times.
Might have been Lewis. I don't know. Could have been any one of them.
Because they were trying that... it just turned into this...
Kickflip indie over the hip. That was not the first year, though.
No, but that was later down the track. And it was like Chris, Jake, Louis...
Yeah, just seeing how badly hurt they could get.
All ended up covered in blood.
Those events were more about the kids and they became about the opens was just like to get
a best treat
to end the day. And everyone, all the little kids had their go and that middle-aged group had their go and then the older boys would come and drink beers and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then see who could get hurt. And I remember we used to put like $50 for whoever can do the biggest whatever, and
I think we put up $250 for the cash prize for the opens.
Yeah, which got spent straight on beer and everyone drank it.
Everyone just went to the pub.
Yeah, so it was never like about the money. It was about...
It was just
they were good local comps.
Yeah.
They were unreal, but
they started growing really big. We had people coming from like interstate to compete.
Yeah, which is why they became kind of shit in a way.
Do you think a comp at the bowl now would work?
There wouldn't be enough people.
No, but like...
There's not enough skateboarders right now. I mean, there would be, but it'd be such a weird vibe. I don't think it'd be...
Too many soccer mums?
I'm not going to say that because I don't think we're seeing a lot of that. I just think it would be a little bit weird. I think the kids that are in it would take it super seriously and it'd be all like, you'd have to score it properly and be open about A's. You know what happened?
Yeah.
In the end, like by the time
it wouldn't be as fun as it was where you just had a kid rolling around, dropping in, and everyone was stoked that he like attempted an ollie.
Yeah, you could just tell who was going to win too. Like you didn't need judges, so to speak. You kind of like, okay, that kid's by far the best kid here. That kid's second best, and that kid's third best. Give him some prizes.
Yeah,
like you didn't need to have a score sheet. It was so by the time you ran that Monavale thing.
Yeah. It was getting on the verge.
Yeah, we had dads coming at us and going, well, where's the score sheet? And it's like, dude, we don't have a fucking score. We don't even.
Yeah.
No one cares, mate.
Yeah. That Mad Fomona wasn't a Borders comp.
No, I know.
It was
but
just
that was the one that stopped us running any more events.
Yeah,
it
that
really
and the
was.
council thing.
Yeah.
We lost our connection with the council.
Well, Manly Council became Northern Beaches Council.
Yeah.
And Ringa Council became Northern Beaches
Yeah, it
Council.
all joined.
Pittwater became Northern Beaches Council.
But I think the person who handled all the council stuff for me, she moved on.
Kate?
Yeah.
Was it Kate?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was good. But yeah, those events were fun. I remember rocking up one morning and we were both dressed the same.
Yeah, it was one of the very first ones.
And I was like, fuck.
We literally both walked up.
Identical clothes.
It was
what the
like
fuck, dude?
mini-me.
How the fuck did this happen? We both turned up. It was a really cold morning and we're wearing hoodies and same hoodie, same fucking pants.
Same
It
hat.
was tragic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my earliest memories of those comps. It was only, what, you're saying 11 years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
pretty sure 2013. We only
It's
ran
funny,
it
hey,
for
like comps weren't, like shop comps weren't really a thing before that, I guess.
yeah.
Well, I mean, fuck, we were around for a long time before that. We never needed to have comps.
No, but I think we did it because I was just like, hey, this is a cool thing to do. And we've got so many like young kids and there's not really a spot where they can go and like just have a fun day sort of thing. It wasn't about, it leading towards anything.
No.
It wasn't a pathway. It was just
Maybe it's due again. Maybe we could do it. Maybe kids are ready to do that again. Maybe there are some parents out there that realize not every kid's going to be an Olympian. And it doesn't fucking matter. And skateboarding should be fun. It shouldn't be, it's not soccer. It's not, it shouldn't always be competitive. You can have a comp without it being competitive.
Yeah, just do it as like a free skate sort of, because that's what it always was. It was
That's
like,
what it was meant to be.
yeah, you've got free skate, go skate for a couple of minutes in this heat sort of thing.
Yeah. Have you clicked like and subscribe yet? Because if not, I'm coming to your house. Click it. Next comp.
He really wants to hang out with you.
I'm not taking your fucking snowboard. I promise that's not happening.
One of the other things that we participated in.
Jesus. Yeah. The Steyne.
No, Battle of the Beaches.
Oh, right. I didn't go that day.
Yeah, that was a wild day.
Yeah, I wish I had gone. I don't, because the shop would have had to be shut.
Yeah.
That was a Volcom event, right?
Yeah, Battle of the Beaches.
Borders versus Lowdown. Who won?
Borders.
Who won, Gav?
Out of sheer drunkenness, almost.
Yeah. They've never really beat us at anything, Lowdown. They hate it. Remember the globe thing too?
Yeah,
we came so
later.
dead last, but we still won.
Yeah, I think like Jake just like dropped in, did a couple turns, and then same with Chris. No,
and then went
Jake
outside
didn't even go
and fucking
in.
never came back.
Chris dropped in and like went
It was so bad. Everyone
just a 50-50 and fell off.
Yeah. It was the most hungover disaster. Anyway, let's go on. Stay on the other one.
But we had involvement, I will say that word, and then we ran the Steyne Mini Ramp comps.
We didn't have involvement.
Well, the first one
We supplied the skateboarders.
Yeah, so the first one was 2014. I did a little like timeline /
So this is
digging.
the Steyne Mini Ramp
And
comp.
this was when the first year was...
Steyne is a hotel in Manly for
Yeah.
everyone from out of town.
So there is in Manly at the start of, in like March or something, there's a big surf open week.
Yeah, what happened to that?
I don't know.
It must have gone. I don't know.
I think maybe it just went to surfing and like, because we're not
I don't
involved.
think it is surfing. I don't even think they do it anymore.
I have no idea.
No idea.
But anyway, Nike and Hurley sponsored it one year, and massive. There was a huge bowl on the beachfront.
It's fucking huge, like
so
13-foot
much money got pumped into
monster
it.
bowl built temporarily for like a week.
Yeah.
I don't even know how big it was. It was big.
Huge.
Like bigger than a vert ramp big. It was so sketchy.
And we had all the boys try and skate it.
I don't think that was the first year though, was it? I think it was like...
No, it was because they invited us and said, hey, Nike's putting on, and Nike riders were in the mini ramp comp.
Oh, the mini ramp was the first year, yeah. But the big bowl...
They did it 2 years in a row, that big bowl, didn't they?
So we're just talking mini ramp comp at the moment.
Yeah. Well, it was the same week.
Yeah, but the big bowl, when our guys rode it,
yeah,
that was year 3. I guarantee it.
Okay.
Check with the producer.
All right.
Hurley did it the other years.
Yeah. First 2 years were Hurley, and then third year was Nike / Hurley. Year 3, they let them skate it.
And that's probably when that was the Nike year.
Yeah.
And then that's when they invited us to do the mini ramp.
Yeah.
Well, they invited us to bring riders, because there's photos of like the Nike riders as well as our guys.
Pro riders.
And it was like real mellow that year.
Real mellow.
It was mellow-ish. Because the following year...
Because there was pro riders there, and everyone had to be respectful, and it was boring.
Yeah.
But the first 2 years we were not. Okay, keep going. So that was year 1. Pro riders, us, Borders tees, but nothing stupid.
No Borders tees.
Right.
No. And it was just...
I got no fucking idea, everyone.
It was just... Yeah, there was Nike riders and our guys, and that was it. It was mini ramp comp.
Yeah.
Real...
So who won? A pro skater?
I
Who
think
cares?
It was Anthony Bull.
Oh, Big Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he crushed it. He just skated for non-stop for 2 hours.
He was dripping in sweat.
Yeah.
Like,
he won just...
He looked like he just jumped in the ocean. He was that hot.
I don't know if he was the best skater, but he won the war of attrition.
Yeah.
He just beat everyone down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. That was actually pretty good, but it was not an exciting comp.
It was comp. It was a comp.
Yeah.
And then the next year was the year that after that, because we'd obviously shown face, and they were like, okay, Steyne was like, cool, we want you to sponsor it, and came to us and was like, it's going to cost you, you know, it was somewhere like between $2,000 and $4,000
to sponsor
it. And we were like, no,
Fuck
thanks. And they're like, okay, well then like just show it with your riders.
Yeah,
and we
so
were like, okay. And
guerrilla marketing 101 coming in hot.
We said to all of our team guys, we'll pay you $50 if you wear a Borders tee on the night.
It was like 8 or 10 guys, right?
And the guys were like, fuck yeah.
I'll do anything for $50.
Yeah, $50 is going straight on beers. And you and I had a snow meeting in Melbourne.
Yeah,
so
we flew down.
We were flying back from Melbourne that afternoon. So I gave a bag of like 15 Borders tees to who I thought was the most responsible, which was Matt Mill. And we were driving back from the airport, and I called Maddie and I go, how's it going? We're about like half an hour away. And Matt goes, so
I remember this phone call.
Everyone's wearing the t-shirts. And I was like, okay, good.
Cool.
And he goes, look, I tried to, no. Well, it's happened. So we're all in midriffs and we've got headbands on.
Yeah. So they cut the fucking shirts in half.
Yeah.
They were wearing Dogtown style midriff.
Yeah. Fully ripped, cut the sleeves off, cut it into midriffs, and then they'd use the excess parts of the t-shirt to tie headbands around.
Yeah. They look like a bunch of fucking lunatic, I don't even know.
Do you know what?
Ninja warriors.
Also noticed.
With midriffs on.
Because I was going back to the photos, there is a photo of like them all on the ramp, all in midriffs, all stomachs out. And then there's another photo of like Jake and Louis standing next to each other on the thing. And Jake's got a midriff headband on. Louis's got midriff headband on or something, and then Louis is covered in border stickers as well, just like up his arms, on his stomach.
Just what the fuck
randomly
happened?
Stuck border stickers all over
but
him.
It cost us less than $1,000, and nobody thought it was some coconut water, right?
Yeah, the ramp was yellow because the coconut water sponsor had painted a backdrop.
It's gone out of their way to make it look like
we'd given the boys $50 to spend on beer and these t-shirts. By the time we got there, they're all wasted and they're all like putting bar stools on top of the ramp, trying to tail drop off each other's shoulders. Everyone was out of control. Yeah. And the next morning, everyone thought it was a Borders comp, obviously, because
we were getting
Borders
phone calls
everywhere.
from all over the place. That comp you ran last night was sick. That's not our comp. Yeah. But they won. Like, it was like, there no pro riders, right? At
Jake
that point.
won that.
Yeah, right. So
that was the check.
And they won money. That's right. Jake, I love you, Jake. They gave Jake a giant fucking a giant fake check thing, and Jake came. I don't want to bag Jake out.
He was really drunk.
He was hammered, and he came up to me and he goes, "So Al, do I just take this to the bank?" I was like, "Fucking, what are you talking about, dude?" It was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. He kept. He
won because he was just throwing himself.
Yeah, he was killing it. They were all killing it. It was crazy. Like, people were being crazy. So that was the start of the huge
hype. Like the mini ramp was just
like the place was packed.
Yeah, it was in the front
and
section.
And it was a Thursday night.
Yeah.
Because it was in amongst that surf comp. So there were a lot of people in Manly.
Yeah.
But it was packed.
It was like you couldn't move outside of the mini ramp, and they had it in the front section, which was really tight and small. So it was just jam-packed, and Jake was launching out of the mini ramp into the crowd.
Was that the year the photographer got smashed in the face? No, that was the next year.
That was next
because
year.
Liv was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie and Liv are in the photos for that one.
Really?
I think really young, young, like babies.
So they were letting little kids in the pub as long as you skated.
Yeah, we always had it from the beginning. We just said, "Hey, Glenn, you've got to come down with Liv," and same with Bettina.
Yeah, right. Oh well, she's only an Olympian now.
Yeah.
Well, potential Olympian.
But then next year they asked us to
run it.
Essentially, with no money involved.
Yeah, they decided that.
They're like, okay, you're going to run it anyway.
You're going to fucking make it really hard for any advertisers to use the photos. They were just they would have just had these photos with their logo in the background and 30 of our logos in the foreground. This is starting to become a theme. I know in the one we did with Tommy, we talked about a guerrilla marketing thing that we did for a snowboard comp.
Yeah.
See, there's a lot to be said about guerrilla marketing. Anyway.
And also that it really shows the Borders as a community. I remember rocking up that night and we'd given t-shirts to just the team riders, and when we rocked up there was everyone else seemed to have headbands on and Borders stickers and Borders something
people just get into it
who we hadn't given anything to. It just kind of trickled into everyone else.
Everyone wanted to be a part of it. It was really cool.
Yeah.
It was such a good time for skateboarding too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know the timeline of this.
And then there are 3 after that one.
Right.
So the next one is all the boys, we gave them all white tees, and on the back it said beer gives you horns.
Oh.
And it was something to do with maybe Red Bull.
I think it was a piss take.
With Red Bull.
I can't. I think that was a fucking Portnoy thing too. I got some vague memory of those shirts. And maybe it was an Olympic piss take.
No, that's coming later.
Oh. Okay. So there was just some stupid thing that we did.
Yeah, it was I think that maybe
it was Ben Red was Bull working for us and we fucked around with some, I can't remember exactly, but yeah.
Yeah, well, on the back of their shirts it says beer gives you horns. And
so instead of Red Bull gives you wings, beer gives you horns.
Yeah. And they had full chest print Borders
logo.
Red
Bull sponsor again.
And
we're never going to get that Red Bull sponsorship. Been blowing it from episode 1.
And that one was where do you remember those photos of like Jamie where they'd put the table up on the top of the ramp? That was that year.
Right.
And so they were starting to throw things on top.
So no one had jumped off a roof at this stage?
I think that year they were starting to.
Right. Lewis.
Yeah.
Just fucking bombing in off the roof of the building.
No, not yet actually, I think. I think the tail dropping off the roof came later.
Because the table was a pretty big deal. I remember everyone going, well, you can't just fucking acid drop off a table.
There's videos of you, Portnoy, tail dropping off the thing and just losing your board and going smack face.
I think that was the year of the photographer.
Yeah.
So there was a guy there. We don't know exactly who he was.
Board whipped out.
I think the Steyne was employing him possibly. Anyway, a board flung out of the fucking mini ramp at a pace and hit him right between the eyes. And I was standing on the other side of the ramp, so I saw it front on, and blood just squirted out of his head. And everyone was like, oh my God. And I remember Liv being there.
Yeah.
And Glenn and everyone just being like, oh, okay, this is really gnarly. And the guy he got so fucked up.
Yeah.
I think was the board hit his camera? I don't know. I can't remember. Either way, there was just blood everywhere.
Because like everyone was trying to get, like they had it roped off, but it was literally just a chain. Yeah. Like it wasn't anything.
Because Jake was Benny Huntering out of the ramp and it was just nuts. It was so dodgy. Everything was the ramps were never great. So you had to make your own fun a little bit because you couldn't skate it properly.
From those 2 years, the ramps were good. The ramps were wide.
Average. They were big enough, but they were not great.
They were wide enough that the guys could actually skate them. Yeah. It wasn't until the very last one where we rocked up and the ramp was like half the size.
Which we talked to them the day before and said, this is not going to be fucking very exciting.
Yeah. But anyway.
So year 3.
And then 2017 was, I don't know, I think this was Ollie, started coining the night the Pal G Memorial Comp.
That's right.
And he won it.
Ollie would do the emceeing it. Yeah, Pal G Memorial Comp. And Pal was fine. He wasn't dead yet.
Pal was there. Pal won.
So he won his own memorial comp. Yeah.
And that was like, these were starting to get pretty loose, these last 3.
Mate, they were starting to give everybody in the event free beer.
Well, yeah,
they were also seeing their tills going cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
They gave me all the free drink cards and I was just handing them out to the boys. But then I think by that year, I was like, all right, I was like strategically handing them out to the guys.
To the guys that are going to do the craziest shit.
I was like, Porno. Louis, come here. Jake, come here.
So they were all dropping off the roof. Like Lewis was dropping off the roof.
Yeah, I was like selectively giving the like lunatics more beer.
Yeah, they became very entertaining. People were pretty pumped. We got massive response from the crowd. The next few weeks we'd get this trickle-on effect of like hype from it. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, but then the very last one.
Well, it wasn't meant to be the last one.
Wasn't meant to be the last one.
That was the
relationship
that was
ender.
There, and I will, to this day, until the day I die, I will blame the fact that they didn't listen to us.
No. And we can clear the air on this because I remember going to the Steyne, you and I, the day before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or a few days before when they first built the ramp, we went and we were like, guys, this is not okay.
Yeah.
Like you can't skate this. Like they can't even 50-50 it. They can't do anything.
It was rubbish. It was a 4 foot, maybe 5 foot wide.
It was so skinny. Yeah. They literally couldn't do any tricks on it.
Typical.
And it was really short too.
Yeah, it was
tiny.
It was typical corporate greed. They wanted to fill more fucking places with people, but they'd forgotten why the people are there in the first place.
And I remember the conversation that we had and we said, our guys cannot skate this. No. And they said, you guys are just going to come and get drunk here anyway and do stupid shit. And I'm like, if you're okay with that, then that's what'll happen. And they said, yep. And I said, as long as if you want that to happen and the boys have free beer, it'll happen. And they said, yep, cool, no worries. And I was like, cool. So I was like, this is going to be a shit show of a comp. So I was sitting there going, another round of Coronas?
Problem was that, they didn't just get hammered. We all did.
Yeah.
So Lewis decided at some point.
This was when they were all dropping off the roof.
Yeah.
All
so
of
at
them.
some point in that, this was a year where the ramp was rubbish, and Louis decided at some point to climb up onto the roof thing and get one of the surfboards
They had
that
these
was
3 surfboards.
I think it said the Steyne Hotel Hurley Pro, or
No, it wasn't.
it was
Hurley-
some sort
Hurley
of
and Nike had done out at this point.
no, someone still. It was some Steyne Hotel.
I think it was
collab
a
board.
gift from them, a gift to the Steyne Hotel by some pro surfer.
Well,
or
either way,
something.
Louis grabbed the surfboard off the wall, and instead of dropping in on his skateboard from the roof, he dropped in on the surfboard.
And
And
it
snapped.
was just Louis landing on the
It wasn't-
surfboard and it breaking
It snapped into.
clean.
Everyone was hammered. The crowd went wild. The bar would have been drunk dry that night, so they would have made tens of thousands of dollars. They ran out of fucking Corona.
They ran out of their sponsored beer,
Yeah.
Corona. Yeah.
Like a pub that runs out of Corona has made a lot of money. We didn't drink that much of it. And the board was in 2, maybe 3 pieces. And they started coming at us heavily, the publican and blah, blah, blah. Whilst this is happening, I'm getting absolutely abused by this publican. And I'm going, dude, I was cooked. And I'm going, dude, what did you fucking think with that? Like, how do you want me to control this? What do you want me to do? I see Portnoy climbing up the thing with the 2 pieces of the board, putting it back in the fucking thing on the wall, broken in the middle, like just all fucking limp and saggy. Just like, what? Like, it's fixed.
Fine.
It's all good. And the crowd's just losing their shit. We all got kicked out.
And we all took the party next door.
But yeah, as we got kicked out, we literally cleared the place.
Yeah.
Because we're like, we're getting kicked out. Fuck, this is bullshit. We had the PA and to Ollie or whoever was emceeing, like, let's go next door. And that cleared the whole place out. And we all went next door. Yeah, so good move, the Steyne. Anyway, I think they got different publicans and owners now. Not that we'll ever get invited back.
I wonder if we could get an invite back.
Don't know.
I wonder if another
invite
venue
ourselves.
would be interested.
The Time and Tide offered us the next day. They rang and went, you guys are welcome here anytime. Because they saw, remember there was a social media thing and it went viral overnight. And I woke up and I went, one of our videos has had 60 fucking thousand views or something. And everyone from Melbourne's ringing and everyone's like, holy shit, dude, that comp looked out of control. What the fuck was going on there? And we're like, the skating was horrendous. It was so bad, but the place went nuts. And I had made some new friends at the time, Sam and Kim, and I brought them to it. And they're like, holy shit, you guys are, your whole team and everyone associated with your company
out of control,
fucking mental. And I'm like, yeah, sorry, it's been during that 4 years or 5 years, the Hurley bowl thing happened, the Nike SB bowl at the beach, that big,
how many
13
years,
or 14 foot vert bowl.
How many years did the bowl get built?
I think all of them. It was always there, but there was only 1 year where we were invited. And when I say we, the local, it wasn't just Boarders. I think it was any locals. It just happened at the time that everyone who was local was on Boarders. But any locals that wanted to ride, because they'd been pestering them and trying to break in at night and skate it and doing everything they could to skate this giant bowl that was getting built. They were invited finally to go skate it on a Saturday arvo for an hour or something. And they all thought they'd be rocking up to a closed bowl, but they rocked up and it was announced as, hey, here's the local guys, they're going to ride this bowl. And it was so fucking big and out of everyone's league. Like, no one had ridden bowls like this thing before. And
there's some amazing footage. Amazing, but like horrific.
Holy shit. It's the gnarliest shit you've ever seen. No pads, no helmets, in a massive vert bowl. And like within minutes, I think. I can't remember. I just remember sitting there going, holy fuck.
I want to check with Plunkett first, but
die.
Plunkett's footage is amazing of him trying to skate that. Oh. He's skating it and then he literally just collides with the ladder.
Yeah. The ladder was still in the bowl because someone was using the ladder to get out and they hadn't pulled it out yet and he dropped in and just fucking slammed straight into the ladder. So that was the first ambulance. I think that was an immediate ambulance at that point, but they let it keep going.
Yeah. Then Powell.
Then Powell put a bone, dropped it. I don't know exactly what happened, but a bone was sticking out of his leg.
Was it?
Yeah, compound fracture. I'm pretty fucking sure it was a compound fracture, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Bone sticking out of leg. Ambo called, green whistle, Powell's famous line of, I was going to be one of the greats. Me, the hawk, the Birdman, the cab. I just remember the footage of that thinking, that is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. And he's fucked from it. And then Artie, I think, was the final major injury and they just called it off. Artie...
By the third ambulance.
Artie's fucking head hit the bottom of that bowl and it sounded like a coconut being cracked open.
Oh.
It was so gnarly. There was no hands, nothing. It was just head. It was fucked. And then they went, nah, done. I'm pretty sure they shut it down at that point. That was the third fucking ambulance. And Artie refused to go to emergency because he had tickets to see a band that night. And they're like, dude, you shouldn't.
I think Powell came to Sabbath not too long after
when
that
was that?
injury.
Like a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So everyone's decision-making was typical skateboarders. Don't worry about the injury. I'm still going to see the band.
Is this normal?
No, it's not fucking normal.
The group that we had in the years that, from when I started.
So how did we win that Battle of the Beaches?
We're all fucking lunatics.
They had a team of pro skateboarders. They had a whole team of pro skateboarders. We had crazy fucking dudes that had a ton of skill. No one's denying their skate nous. But hearts the size of Farlap.
People started hearing about it. I remember Artie rocked up halfway through that Battle of the Beaches.
He just turned up. He wasn't on our bus. He was on the public transport
we
bus.
had a full party bus and it was I think
Marty's never on time.
I wonder if I've got a video. I hired a party minibus to take us to the other side of the city.
Sandstorm, was it?
Sandstorm. We put on halfway through. The boys would started drinking at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And it was Sandstorm across the Harbour Bridge and the whole bus. I'm the only girl in the bus and every single shirt comes off, every single shirt swinging around and I'm just fucking hell.
Yeah, that's how we won that comp. We had little Reese Andrews at the time, so their kid wasn't as good as our kid, but everyone else, we just won all the crazy shit, doing dumber shit.
Did put in some drinking games in the middle where you had to run and scull a beer and then do something.
And that was the team. It was just a once in a generation. It was probably once in a lifetime group of guys that came up through that whole gnarl shred era that were different. They were creative. Look at where they've all gone. Mm. They've all become really unique, artistic human beings.
Yeah.
Whereas I think it was the last generation of, in my mind, skateboarders that just all did their own thing. It's interesting, right? We went to that ASIC premiere thing last week and I said when we left, holy shit, if that's core skateboarding, it's a fucking uniform. Everybody looked exactly the same. There was no uniqueness to the best 10 stores in the country. Everyone looks the same. They're all wearing the same shit. It's boring as fuck. Skateboarding's lost its way. There's no one leading.
So civilized.
Yeah, no one got hammered. It was free beers and everyone was sober. It's changed. It's just a different time. Everything's so corporate and calm and boring. For lack of a better description, it's boring. Do you want to hear something?
Go.
The world? Steve Rocco announced today that, for those of you who don't know Steve Rocco was World Industries in the 80s. He's a disruptor. He came in and he disrupted skateboarding in the 80s. He changed what it is for everything for the better. He fucked it up. He put in ads in magazines that were just so R-rated. It was crazy. He completely disrupted skateboarding in the 80s and he changed it to what it is or what it was 10 years ago. It's got very back to corporate world again. Steve Rocco announced today that he's going to start working for Sidewalk, skate distribution, which is Opera, Jacuzzi, and Slappy. And his statement read something along the lines of, I've been gone for a while. I've heard skateboarding's alive, barely. Well, I'm here to fucking put it to bed once and for all. I'm going to start working with these guys and I'm stoked to be back.
Yeah. Sick.
So maybe.
Well, this is why I kind of wanted to have this discussion with you about starting to run events again, like, and not fucking.
It's not ready yet.
And not, yeah, but like not really like clean cut, wishy-washy.
The reality of it is that I don't think we're quite ready unless we do some. Okay. Have you seen Kazoo? Have you seen that shit I've been sending you on Instagram from Japan?
Yes.
That's what we should do.
Okay. This is what I'm talking about though. Like,
Let's
Borders
has this as a personality. So crazy.
You have this as a personality. I have this as a personality. Like, I look back at Borders for the last like.
So let's do an event.
However many years.
Midwinter, Manly Dam, over water. Where if you don't make it, you pay the price by going in the freezing cold water.
Fuck yeah.
Something like that. Like just, it's so boring. Let's bring some life back to skateboarding.
I fucking love that idea. I want to.
The skaters might not. I'm not trying it.
Fuck them. We'll give them some beers and they'll be right.
Maybe we'll do it in summer.
And if you're not fucking down for it, then fucking don't come.
Yeah. I just think it's like to make it exciting again, you got to take away the format that has been tried and true. Everyone can do a kickflip. Everyone can do fucking everything, right? Don't have comps based on someone's opinion. That's what the Olympics are for now.
What was that comp that you sent me in America where that super long rail over the mud?
Oh, I can't remember. I don't know. I mean, NHS runs some really cool shit over there, but I like ditch comps and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's what skateboarding needs. I talk with Aha about it. He keeps saying it too. Let's just have a downhill comp where you're not allowed to use a cruiser or a longboard. Has to be a double kick with hard duro wheels.
Dude.
Whoever gets to the bottom first wins. Big fucking trophy. Some cash. That's exciting. People want to see that.
Dude, that'd be so
There's places to do it. You go up to Long Reef Headland.
Got so many hills.
And you bomb down Long Reef Headland. That you'll build some speed up. And it's not a nice surface. You want it on a shitty road and make it gnarly. Or do something like these Japanese crazy people doing where it's borderline game show on a skateboard. So fun. It's fun for the skater. It's fun for the spectator. And it's not a judged event. It's simple. Yeah. You make it, you win. You don't make it, you lose. Knockout system where this round, if you can't ride down the little ramp onto a 50-50 and land on the pad, you don't get through. And if you don't get through, you also go in the water.
Yeah, fire. And our sponsors are going to be a beer sponsor.
Yeah, Freshwater Brewery.
Yeah.
Those guys came in today.
Did they?
Hook us up with some free beers. Freshwater Brewery.
There we go.
I think it's Freshwater Brewery. Anyway, hopefully.
Fuck yeah.
I didn't. Jojo talked to him, but anyway, how do we get so off track?
Well, no, this is the whole conversation. I want to start.
I don't know what we're doing here.
I want to start running fun comps and not like.
Well, let's brainstorm some shit.
Yeah, I'm down.
It's time to bring back.
Like those mini
and
ramps.
Locals only, man. I know that sounds really.
Well, this is the thing. We can kind of do it where it's like
if you don't have
not invitational, but it's like word of mouth, and then
well, we're actually recording this, you know.
Well, you don't know the date, so fucking suck it.
Yeah, I get it, but I think it has to be locals. Like if you start, the problem with those old comps got to when there's the people who are now pro skaters started turning up. With their dads and their moms and all these angry fucking people who wanted to see scorecards and
I just want it to be this like show. I want it to be about the community. I want to bring the guys together and girls and just skate and have fun and no fucking pressure, no score sheet, no bullshit.
No one who cares who wins. You get a name on a trophy.
I'm sorry, like no security, no fucking thing. That's what we had to have at the bowl because we got the council involved. It had to be an ambulance and a first aid and security and.
So a guerrilla event coming up.
Yeah, fuck
How
yeah.
the fuck are we going to set something up that
Or
without getting caught?
Or
have
if
to
we
wear a lot of
do
high
it
vis.
at a bar, or if we do it at a bar or a pub or a brewery or something like that. But it has to be
We
fitting.
have to have a lot of space.
Yeah.
Time and
It
tide.
has to be. Yay.
They got a backyard. Time and Tide Hotel.
Do we have access to a mini ramp?
Don't need a fucking mini ramp. Fuck mini ramps. They're boring. Let's
Yeah, but
build something.
Louis got a fucking ramp stashed at Bo's.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
Bo's thing. That's
That giant.
they've cut the. Oh, I can't say
No,
the word.
not the Toblerone.
Yeah,
That's been cut in half. But remember the original thing?
gave him away.
Yeah, but aren't they up Bo's place?
No, someone came. I don't know who took them.
Darren Caney knows who's got them.
Oh, really? Okay.
That giant Death Star, not Death Star, that
Yeah. It was like the
stealth bomber
thing. Yeah.
That was kind of cool. But yeah, they're boring. Let's do something better. Over a swimming pool.
Okay.
You got to suffer.
Yeah.
If there's no suffering, there's no winning. What's the point?
Okay.
Just not an Olympic judged thing. Let's
Nah.
do something where
It's gonna be like a skateboard obstacle course /
Sort of.
Ninja Warrior
Yeah.
style event.
Yeah, now we're talking. Yeah, there's a thing on Instagram. There's a Japanese TV show, game show. I think it's Kasu. C-K-A. We'll put it on our Instagram. We'll repost something of theirs. KASSO_3 something. If you
Yeah.
type in that, you'll probably find it. Such cool shit. Like there's things where they have to drop in and roll over this harbour and then do a board slide along this thing, but they have to, all the while there's a door that's slowly closing and they have to make it through the door before the door shuts. And the door, if they don't, the door explodes. Like they break the door. The door's not made of solid wood or anything, but if they hit the door and it breaks, they don't get through because they weren't fast enough.
Yeah.
That was so cool. And they've still got to do this trick along this giant long rail, like Toblerone style rail.
Mm.
So you've got the challenge of landing everything first, making it, and then still get through that Indiana Jones style scenario where if you don't get through, you're out.
All
It's
right.
super cool.
We're gonna come up with a wild borders.
Yeah, it's
comp.
going to cost a fortune to build the set, but we'll come up with something. No way
That'd be
we
sick.
could do it.
Where?
No, we probably can't say it on here.
Why not?
There's a roof right next door to us.
Oh fuck.
Concrete. The whole thing's concrete. Just do it on a day when no one's there. Anyway,
And how are you gonna get spectators? You need
they can
it.
stand all along here. Yeah,
We're gonna
everyone's
have to
gone quiet because my idea is genius, but we're going to get in
You're gonna
trouble.
have to workshop that one.
Yeah, maybe not. Can't build a pool on that roof
No.
either.
No.
Be cool, but
But there's
what's this roof made out of?
I haven't been on top of it. I've been on that roof. Anyway, you're getting caught up in the details.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Maybe events coming soon.
yeah.
Maybe not, because
We'll
I'll
see.
probably get in trouble. We done?
I think so.
Peace. Like and subscribe, or Portnoy will boo you.
If we get to a certain number of subscribers, we'll put this event on.
Yeah, we're not doing this event unless we have 150 subscribers or more. So
The
it's
other
on you
event-
guys. If you don't subscribe, we're not doing this shit.
The other event I have written on this list is the Globe one in Melbourne that Chris
Oh,
put
we
us
better
on the
cover
map.
that.
You
better
can tell
cover
that
that.
story.
So we all went down. That
Who
was
did we take down? It was a Globe bowl comp, and we took
was a Globe-
Dean Parsons,
we took street skaters to a bowl.
Louis
comp.
Wood,
Lewis
Chris
Wood.
Smythe, and Jake
Yeah.
Smythe.
Yeah, it was so dumb. No one could ride a bowl. They were all street guys. None of them were particularly good at bowl. And we
then-
went out the night before and met up with Vaughn Marks, Ollie West, and a few other people that were in Melbourne.
And it was like me
We went to Pablo Esco Burgers.
wrangling cats at 3 a.m. All of them were so wasted.
Mate, I went home with Dean, I think. I
Louis
remember
walked
putting
into
all-
the wrong hotel and went up the elevator to the other building because he followed someone. And then I'm sitting there going, you motherfucker.
I remember
lost
going
him.
home with 8 skateboards. and trying to get a taxi, standing there with like this pile of skateboards going, how the fuck am I going to do this? And then Dean went, I'll come with you, man. And we locked all the trucks together and we worked out a way to put him in the car. And then we went back to the hotel, and I'm pretty sure Dean slept in the fucking hamper or the fold-up.
Yeah.
Like he was in a box.
He was like
slept in a box
on the floor or something.
I don't
weird
know.
thing,
I locked my doors and Louis still came in.
Yeah,
because
I had a bedroom, you had a bedroom, and then the guys were just in chaos in the other room.
Louis came into the bed and like I'm asleep and Louis is in just, come here, man. I'm like, fucky, get out of the bed, dude. And he was like so hot and wasted. It was nuts. Got
to the point where I was like, fuck you all. You can all find your own way back to the hotel.
This is 2 or 3 hours before we had to be at the Globe Comp.
No. This was like 3 a.m. in the morning. 4 a.m. in the morning. I
the Globe Comp was 9 a.m.
Finally got them back to the hotel.
They didn't go to sleep.
No, lost Louis. Louis went into another hotel building. And then I was like, I had Chris and Jake, and I was like, mind you, they just all had a brawl out on the street because someone said something and they were brawling, and then next minute they're all hugging, telling each other they love each other.
It was just
fucking hell, guys. And then got them to the hotel, and I was like, fuck it, we're in the building. At least two out of the 3 are in the building.
So just trying to get them to the comp.
And then we got to the level where our hotel room was, and then I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going in. Walked into the hotel room, and then all I could hear is thumping, and I came out, and they're in the fucking aircon ducts in the hallway. And then all of a sudden, like 20 minutes later, Louis pops up out of nowhere, and I was like, fucking hell, guys.
What the fuck?
And then the next day we had to go to the bowl thing, and everyone was just not
no one could skate. We were invited, like a invite only comp. There was about 8 or 10 shops there from all around Australia, and we just came dead last.
And I think it was the shop from like Ballina or something. Their team guys, because it was all bowls, they won. But one of the dudes,
I think Squishy won, didn't he? I don't know.
One of the dudes dropped off and hit his head
there was an
real
ambulance
bad.
Called because someone tried to do something like Lewis Wood style, but without the Lewis Wood skill set of landing on your feet. And he got an ambulance out of there. So everyone was went a bit somber.
And then everyone
our guys.
Everyone was hanging out the front. Everyone was like, fuck, that was gnarly.
Yeah, that was gross.
And then all of a sudden you just hear this like massive roar, and like Chris had climbed onto the top of the taco truck. Actually, I think it was a bigger truck. It was a massive truck.
A big truck.
Big like delivery truck. And he just like WWE's this trestle table off the top of the truck onto the table, and everyone's just like, oh fuck, his head was like inches away from smacking against the ground after someone's been carried away in an ambulance.
Just like literally within half an hour of the ambulance leaving, Chris did that off the truck. It was Squishy who won, so Lowdown won that comp. And then I remember walking over to Gav after Chris did the WWE thing.
Because we all walked around the bar, and then Chris and I walked in.
That was backwards. As the WWE thing happened, I remember walking up behind Gav and going, we win. And he's like, what the fuck, dude? No matter what I do, you guys out fucking shine us. And then we walked back to the bar. And
Chris and I were walking later, and everyone just clapped Chris in, like standing ovation.
Squishy didn't, but Chris got a standing ovation into the bar. I remember having a conversation with Matt or someone from Globe going, we'll pay for the table, dude. He's like, $40 table. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we went back there, and that was the night I remember saying something to Gav about fucking bogan Southern Cross tattoos, and he took his shirt off and he's got a Southern Cross tattoo. I'm like, sorry, dude. It was pretty funny. It was a funny night. But we win. We win, Gav.
I want to bring back skate events like that where no one gets injured.
Well, not the
injury part.
Yeah, the injury free. Anyway, thanks for having us. Like and subscribe. We're not doing shit until we get to 200. Did I say 150 before?
Yeah, it's
I meant
just going to keep
200.
upping. No, it's 250. Fuck it. 250.
Subscribe. Going home.
Bye.